There are only 3 ways to stay safe in a fight. Here they are. Number 1 is evasion, where you just get out of the way of oncoming mass and attacks. Number 2 is blocking. Blocking, putting mass in front of oncoming mass. Number 3 is redirecting and changing the direction of oncoming mass. That's it. Those are the only 3 ways that you stay safe. Let's look at them in detail. So, in the following order of importance, number 1 is number 1 for a reason. It's the most important one. Evasion. Get out of the fucking way. What's better than blocking a punch? It's not getting hit, isn't it? So, evasion, therefore, is about how do you not get hit. There's 2 main ways. First is make love like a hippie. Just don't even fight in the first place. Be a pacifist, put a dandelion in your hair, and just make love, not war. 2 is that. 1 is footwork, using your feet to get out of the way. But this kind of thing. 2, the second evasion technique, head movement, which is slipping punches, rolling punches, ducking punches, and leaning back from punches. I've already done an extensive breakdown on head movement. Watch that, the link is in the description. So let's look at footwork now. There are 4 main footwork patterns that we're going to look at for now. They are backward steps, literally stepping back. Second is stepping laterally, side stepping. Third is pivoting, like this, so rapidly changing direction on the spot. And number 4, cross steps, which is where you step across yourself to change direction. Right, before I show you each of those in more detail, first really understand this critical point, which is when it comes to using your feet effectively to stay safe and protect yourself in a fight, there is a principle which I cannot overstate the importance of. This is crucial, it's actually life-saving. And that is the principle of staying balanced, which means keeping your feet equal distance at all times when you're moving. Anytime you're stepping and using footwork, anything you do, your feet want to stay equal distance because that makes you balanced. Your balance is your life. That's all fighting is about. Fighting is about taking your opponent's balance and preserving your own, which is best done through healthy, good, balanced footwork, where you keep your chest, your center of mass in the middle of your 2 feet. So bear that in mind throughout this whole video, whether we're doing evasion through footwork, evasion through head movement, whether we're doing blocking, whether we're doing redirecting, it doesn't matter. The feet have to stay equidistant. It's the most important part about staying safe in a fight. So let's look at these 4 main movements that we're gonna work on today, which is the backward step. So my teacher taught me this, he was a Spetsnaz captain, right? So he was a captain of special forces in Russia in the 80s during the Soviet-Afghan war. And he had so many sick tricks. This is the closest guy to Jason Bourne you'll ever meet in your life. He was the real life James Bond, I promise you. Like the shit he could do, like and the ways he could kill you, it would blow your mind. I would always ask him like, what are the coolest things you know? Like how do you save your life in a knife attack? Like how do you do all this gangster shit? And he would always say to me, just step back. He said the most powerful thing you can learn in fighting, in war, in self-protection, when you're dealing with the mafia, like all these crazy stories that he had, he would just say, step back, always step back, because you can see more, and also you give yourself an opportunity, you create more space, and therefore more time to react and see what's coming. Anytime you've got a threat in front of you, just step back and give yourself more space. So all you're gonna do to find your basic stance is just get a wrap, get a stick, get a seam of the mat, whatever, and just put a line in between your feet, and then measure like 6 inches, 6 to 10 inches of your big toe to that line, and then 6 to 10 inches of your other big toe to that line. So that distance should be relatively similar, like that. Now, every time you move around, you're gonna try and maintain that same distance. It might change a little bit, but that's okay, as long as it's relatively similar. Here, look, like that. That line is generally consistent. That's how you know you've got nice balanced footwork. So now when I show you this step back drill, if you notice when I do it, my feet are always in the same position no matter what step I'm in, no matter what position I'm in. So get in your stance, and all you're gonna do for this is, from a balanced position, ever so slightly lean forward over your front leg. It's almost imperceptible. Just put a bit of flexion through your knee like this, load it up so that you can push back. That's it, that's the first movement that you've got to learn to stay safe in a fight, and it's the most important one. So in your stance, lean over the front foot and just step back like that. That's it for now. So to put this in a drill, if you're in a ring, whether you've got a nice space, like get a 10-meter space, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna go to the edge of the space and just take 10 steps back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do 5 with your hands down and 5 with your hands up. Go the other way. Try it in both stances as well if you want. So you can just stick to the same stance, 10 steps like that, or you can go 5 one way, 5 the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do it with your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little detail for that is you might have heard it on the floor, just a little slide. You don't want to take your foot up too much so that you're going off balance. Your foot is in a little bit of contact, like you could slide a bit of paper underneath it. On the back foot I'm talking about. See, like this. front foot stays in contact. So for the step back, say Seb wants to low kick me, for example, hit me with a low kick, step back out of the way, I'm literally out of the way of his low kick. Say he wants to hit me with a jab, I'm out of the way. Say he wants to hit me with a cross, say you hit me with, do whatever you want to me, literally anything. That's how important a step back is. Actually try and touch me with whatever you want. That's me just stepping back. Look, he's tried to hit me 3 times. Did he try and hit me then? Yeah, and each time he didn't do it. That's the power of the step back. Guess what as well, go again. I can hit him. Every time I step back, it gives me an opportunity to hit him. The step back is so important. Second footwork pattern is gonna be lateral steps. So all we're gonna do here is just push off the foot that is opposite to the direction we wanna go in. So if I wanna go right, lateral by domain means sideways, so these are basically side steps. All I'm gonna do is push off my left to go right, like this. Again, equidistant. If I wanna go left, I push off my right, like this. So it's it's literally as simple as it looks. So to go up and down, all we're gonna do is go step right, step left, step right, step left, step right, step left, keeping the hands up all the way to the end of the space, and then go back again. So this is the beginner version 1. It's almost like a waltz, like fighting is very graceful. It's like dancing. Then to make it a bit more dynamic, you can jump with it like this. You go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Hands up and hands down. Just get used to carrying your weight side to side like this. The lateral footwork. Seb, come again, come for a teep with me. This lateral footwork, it makes it very hard for him to stay balanced and accurately hit me. By the way, in fighting, you might get touched a little bit, but you're trying to minimize the impact, minimize the distance. So anytime you step out the way, you're gonna be safer. In boxing, for example, say you're gonna hit me with a 1-2. Look, I'm making him punch across himself. So if I step to the side here, I'm out of his center line. If I go the other way, same thing. Like that sideways lateral movement, it means he's got to keep readjusting to hit me. So his biggest threat is when his feet are planted, he's got a good balance to throw mass into me. If I can make him cross himself by sidestepping and he's got to now face me, keep that trying to hit me. Look, he's constantly having to readjust his own feet and his own hips, which is minimizing the damage he can hit me. Plus, I'm actually getting out of the way of the strikes. So that's the benefit of lateral stepping. Number 3, pivots. So for pivots, all you do, when you want to pivot towards your front foot, you turn your front foot inwards as much as you can. So here it's like 90 degrees. I then keep my back heel off, put my weight onto my toes, and then replace my back leg. So up onto my toes, replace the back leg. Oh look, I'm equidistant again. And you'll see the stance that I'm in here was exactly the same as where I started with. So if I want to go this way, look, I measure this again, make sure I'm equidistant, turn it in this way, basically the same thing. I'm gonna do that 4 times so that I'm back to where I started. So 4 times in a circle, so ready? 1, check my feet that I'm equidistant, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm back to where I faced. If I wanna go the other way, all I do is pivot on my back foot. I take a step slightly outside my shoulder on my back foot and do the same thing, turn my toes in. 1, like that, hands up. 2, 3, 4, easy, just simple. Pivoting, Seb, if you just throw your cross for now. The pivot is that, I literally just get out the way of his shot. Same exact thing. There's a pivot there, throw a jab, jab at me. Pivot there again, throw your teep at me. You see that? That's how pivots work. So they're similar to side steps, but they're just more contained. They're more in a shorter distance. Footwork pattern number 4 is a cross step. Generally, the rule in fighting is you don't want to cross your feet accidentally. Sometimes you can do it intentionally, so you learn the rule to break them. So what you're going to do for this is put your front foot across your back foot like this, then replace it. Easy. So, and again, you're going to go 90 degrees. So similar to a pivot, but you're going to cross yourself this time. So I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 times, and I'm back in a circle. For this, send your head towards the floor to get extra leverage and momentum. Look, 1, so I'm squatting into it, split squat, gather myself and pivot at the same time on the front foot. Here, 2, here, like that. The way this will work in a fight is that if someone's trying to hit me, if they're trying to throw a straight punch at me, a front kick, anything like that, I can go underneath it and hit an angle on them. So the example for the cross step, say Seb goes to jab me here, and oh look, I get a nice angle on him. Say Seb goes to hit me with a lead uppercut, boom. Either a rear, it doesn't even matter, any uppercut, boom. Step out of the way. There's a little bit of prediction happening here. I don't want to be, obviously it's quicker for him to throw a shot than it is for me to move my whole body with a step. So I'm reading him, I'm seeing what he's likely to do, then I go to step. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you use the cross step. And then go one more time, boom. I'm now in a position to counter him, boom, like this. Although in a street fight, by the way, do that again. That's like for sport, I'm trying to like land punch to cause damage. In a street fight, I just run away. Like, I just leave him, I just run behind him. Or anytime you can get behind your opponent, the reason that I've picked these four movements, they're the best at keeping you safe, and boom, and it's the best for countering him. You always want to be behind an opponent. It's the most powerful position you can be for self-protection. So here, if it was like life or death, I'd literally try and kill him by like hitting the back of his neck. I can grab him, I can take him down, I can like stamp his knees or whatever. You get what I'm saying? You can wedgie him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the most dangerous technique. Dangerous technique of them all. Yeah. Try and end up behind your opponent is the point here. Head movement I've already covered extensively in this video. Check it out if you haven't already. Those are the two evasive techniques, footwork and head movement. So that's evasion. Self-protection mechanism number 2 is blocking. So this is just putting mass in front of mass. So there are 3 main blocks for boxing and then 2 more for Muay Thai, which I'll go through all of them now. So the first one is answering the phone, which is where you just put as much of your arm as you can over the most sensitive parts of your face, which is generally from your temple here, all across your jawline and your nose as well. And you use this against big round strikes like hooks, elbows, kicks, really powerful knockout shots. So it literally looks like this. If I'm in my stance here, I grab with my fingers the back of my head here, like where it kind of does that little divot bit, boom, like that. And what that does, when I aim for that part of my head with my hand, it automatically ensures that as much of my deltoid, my tricep, my bicep, my big strong arms, my forearms, because I'm using this to block the space there, is going to protect all these knockout spots, all these off buttons of my nervous system there. Look, boom, like this. Can't get close to me. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 1, 2. And to drill this, you can just do this like to mobilize your body just before you start a session. So 1, 2, just do 5 each side. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seb, just hit me with some hooks to my jaw. And a little tip as well, bring your elbows in also. You see like that? So rather than coming out and leaving my face open where he could maybe sneak in and hit my nose, I come here to really lock it in together so my elbows are almost touching. Go again. Try hit me. You see that? Like, it's a reliable way. It's the most reliable way of defending your temple. Obviously people say, well, what about your body? Yeah, you might get hit in the body. Condition it, don't be a pussy. And also, hinge as well, using your lateral flexion like this. Boom, like that. There's a little bit of a trade-off where you might have to drop your hand and more space opens up. You're gonna get hit, it's a fight. You get what I'm saying? So you need to be smart enough to know, okay, big shot coming at my temple, really protect my temple, my jaw. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna hit me in my body and my temple. No worries, I'll go on my temple and also try and compromise with a little block here. Maybe change my arm position a bit, but generally I'm gonna stay safe. It's a decision you have to make in that moment. And then if you do actually need to protect the body for big body shots, all you do is the same thing and you lock your elbow to the tip of your pelvis here. So your pelvic cleft there, your iliac crest, that's it. So you're gonna connect the tip of the humerus, the elbow, to the top of the iliac crest here, the pelvis, like that, boom, here. So if Seb comes for body shots, use your palm so don't hurt your fist on my elbow. Here, 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 here. So same exact principle. What I'm doing is putting as much of this mass as I can against his weapon. That could also be knees, it could be kicks, throw whatever you want. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm using this powerful muscle there to block any of those kicks. And I'm using a bit of flexion, lateral flexion of my QL and my obliques to pull me to the side as I connect my elbows onto my pelvic crest. So if I go against you, but here, boom, boom, boom. Don't let any space at all. Yeah, you see like that? Yeah, good. Nice, nice. So if I come to the head, I go 2 to the head. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is how you stay safe, like, especially like 4-ounce gloves, like MMA, that kind of thing, the new modern Muay Thai. It's like, this is how you cover up as much as you can. You're probably gonna get tagged. If they throw 10 punches at you, one of them is gonna sneak through, but this is how it's gonna give you the biggest chance of surviving, blocking like this. So that's answering the phone to the body and the head. Next we can look at Soto uke from karate, which is like, it's a block. It's basically in karate, it looks like this. These kind of techniques. You can use them in boxing as well. So if I'm on my boxing stance, I literally raise my arm out like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, again, 5 each side. Just go up to 10. I've lost count by the way, but yeah, you get the point. So the key details of this is you're creating as much structure as you can, where you're lining up your elbow, your shoulder, and as much of your hip as you can to deflect an oncoming blow. If he hits me the top here, it's not going to be as strong as if he hits me down here. Here is the top of the lever that can fold it like that, and I've only got my bicep protecting me, the resistance of my bicep doing that. Versus if he hits me here, look, I've got this whole bone, I've got my whole shoulder structure. So if Seb, and these are for hooks again, by the way. So if you come for a big hook, here, go again. Can you see that? I'm like aiming to catch it here, because that's nice and strong and it will hurt him as well. If I catch it here, it can work, go again. But it's like, it will overwhelm me and eventually he'll get something through, and I'm not quite as strong there. I want to be here like that. Boom, go again, one more time. You see, and I can impose on him there. I can start attacking him with like my own elbows if it's Muay Thai or street fighting or MMA or whatever, or even in boxing. You see, I can throw my own shots back off the back of that, like that. Catch, return, catch, return. So that's side blocking, kung fu blocking, karate blocking as well. Next, we've got the cross block or the peekaboo guard. Similar, like you can use them interchangeably. Cross block, what Joe Frazier made famous, like this, here, where you just cross your forearms parallel to each other, parallel to the floor like this. Or high guard, peekaboo guard, like Mike Tyson, where you block in front like this. Street fighting and small glove fighting, this isn't great because you can come round like that, but it will do good at protecting straight shots. So if I know Sheb's gonna throw a 1-2 at me, this is gonna be a reliable defense here. Make sure there's no space in between for him to split. I really wanna stop that space by connecting my forearms. For the cross block, if he wants to uppercut me, I can use this here, and he's not gonna get through that here. Well, same if he wants to throw hooks to my head, I can come like this as well. So I can use my elbows, I can get him to hit my elbows like that. Feet equidistant, nice and balanced. If he comes really hard at me, and my feet are compromised by the way for any of these techniques, I'm gonna get off balance. So we go back to that first principle, keeping your feet balanced. To drill this, just go 1, 2, 1, 2 like that. Go 10 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. That's how you drill these. So those are the boxing blocks. Now if you're getting kicked, you can also add in kick blocks. So the first one is obviously the check. For the check, what's most important is that your standing leg is very stable. You're keeping your feet grabbing the floor with your toes active. You're grabbing the floor with the fascia of your foot. You're keeping your big toe active, which will activate your glute. Keep your core nice and balanced, and keep all these joints as much as you can in line, and keep this front foot that you're blocking with, or your back foot if you're blocking with that one, nice and light. So this, you just need to pick it up nice and easily, because you've got a strong pillar that will give you balance so that you can pick it up nice and easily. You get that? And then in terms of toes down or up, it's up to you. Loads of debate about that. Go check out Damien Trainer, he loves going off about this. I generally bring it up. I think when you bring it up and you engage the tibialis anterior, these shin muscles, it just gives me structure. I quite like that. I like 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. Strong, 3 90 sets of 90 degrees. Nice and powerful, it looks good as well. To practice this, you're just gonna stay in your stance, and another key detail for the check, bring the knee on the inside of your elbow, connect it like that. So 1, and also another key detail, second key detail, don't come out wide too much, just bring it straight in the arc of their kick. You wanna meet their middle of their shin with the middle of your shin. If I go too wide, it's gonna take too long to come up and they're gonna kick me. I just wanna be as short distance as I can, short time as I can in between their attack. A check is actually very simple and people overcomplicate it. So 1, 2, up to 10, 4, 5, do that for 10 and do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. And then you can do the walking up and down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go backwards. Like that. So next and lastly, we've got the block for the kick. So all this is, you're gonna, if you're getting kicked on the right hand side of your body, put your right hand, glue it to your head with that answering the phone guard that we used before. And then with your other hand, using the palm here, you're gonna meet your own elbow. Boom, like this. Keeping your chin tucked like a turtle in here on the upper pecs. bring the shoulders in, catch like this, but then switch to the other side like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. And what this looks like, Seb, if you roundhouse kick me, that's the block there, and again, boom. So the main block is the hand here, secondary defense is the arm here, and then third, he's got this upper arm as well. Look, 1, 2, 3. That's keeping me safe, keeping my ribs safe, keeping my head safe like that. Go on the other side. 1, 2. And I do go both, like alternate. 1, 2, 3. You don't, a key point, you don't want to overextend. Like, I'm not going to separate my arms like this, because one, it's going to hurt me. There's like, I don't have any shock absorption there. She's going to smash my arm and break it potentially. And two, if he fakes that and then just hits me over the top, I go to meet and now just hook me, hit me with a hook afterwards. So do that kick. If I give you away that read, you fake that and then just hit me straight over. You generally don't want to reach out when you're blocking. Just let it come to you and be confident in your structure and absorb the shock like a circuit, like you're conducting his energy and sending it into the floor. You know, like the wiring of an electrical circuit, how it has a wire to route it back to earth so no one gets shocked. So that as he goes to kick me, let you see that I kind of almost sink down with it. Boom, that's making me stay balanced and stay strong. If I don't have this connection to the floor, go again, he's gonna start sending me all across the ring. So boom, 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 like nice and robust and powerful. Self-protection, stay safe, don't die in a street fight. Mechanism number 3 is redirection. This is just where I'm gonna redirect his force away from me. This is what Aikido was about, and like Judo and Jiu-Jitsu at their rawest form. It's about taking someone's energy and using it against them. So the most obvious ones are parries, right? So a parry just looks like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now that is how you shadow it. Just do this for 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's literally it. Just like that. You can also use your forearms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm using a little bit of rotation through my upper body at the same time to redirect the force. I'm not blocking it, this isn't a block, it's a redirection. So what this looks like, it's for straight shots. If Seb's just gives me that 1, 2, 1, 2, and again, 1, 2. For the forearms, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the aim here, really key detail, if you go here so that you're looking at the camera, I'm trying to make his, throw your 1, 2, with my parry, do it nice and slow. With my parry, I'm trying to make his arm cross his center line. His center line is this, it's the central line that connects our chest here. I want to make him cross that line, because that makes him vulnerable and makes him have a biomechanical argument with himself. That makes it easy to attack him, and it makes it hard for him to attack me. He's in his own way there. Same with the other hand. If he throws his cross, I want to push it across his own arm like this. Yeah? 1, like that. Same with the forearm. Now let's go here. Let's go here. So throw that 1, 2. So whether it's with my hand, or whether it's with my forearm, I want to make him cross himself. Really key important detail again, don't overreach. If Seb throws a jab at me and I overreach like that, I might have stayed safe for the first jab. Guess what he's going to do next time if he sees me overreaching and disconnecting my hand from the rest of my body? What are you going to do? Draw in that parry and he's going to come straight over the top. So it's really important when you parry, you let it come to you. Be brave, trust your ability to catch it at the last minute and parry it with authority. You see that? I'm pushing it across his center line, but I'm letting it come to him. I'm not panicking and being a bitch about it. This is literally how girls fight. They fight like that, right? It's how world star idiots fight. You don't want to be that idiot who's on World Star because he can't fight and he's scared, he's doing this. I don't mind it coming to him. Even if he hits me, I don't give a shit. I'm strong, I don't mind, I trust myself, I'm brave, I've been sparring, I've been training, I've joined Don Dojo, I'm not a bitch. I let the punch come at the last minute, boom, just tap it away like that, but tap it powerfully, don't be passive with it. There's a big difference between an LGBT parry, like that, where I'm like, hey, versus like a fuck you gangster parry, like that. But he's the one that's having to gather himself after I've made his arm go down. Like, I'm actually attacking him there, even though he's the one supposed to be attacking me. So boom, be strong with it and authoritative. Same with the forearm, go again. Boom, like this. I'm the one that's establishing my authority over him. And then in terms of Muay Thai, for when you're getting kicked, you're gonna use the same technique as the block. This time, rather than blocking and leaving it there, you're gonna catch with your fingers. Like this, you're gonna hook his Achilles heel, ready? So I'm gonna come over the top of his kick, boom, and I catch like this, bring my hips back and throw it past me like this. So I'm parrying it and redirecting his kick away from him. One more time. Catch, lean back with your hips, little step back maybe, and then just throw his foot back. Same on the other side, here. Catch, hip back, redirect like that. So to shadow this, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can also come underneath as well. So if he kicks me, I can come under here, same exact technique. Basically the same thing, I'm either coming over or coming under. Same on the other side. So I come underneath, catch it, hips back, swing it. Easy as that, redirect the force. Last redirection for Muay Thai is when I catch his kick, when I step away from it to take the sting out of the kick, catch it, lift his leg up, and then throw it like this. Go again one more time. If he's gonna kick me here, I step with the direction of the kick so I don't get hit that much. It dissipates the force. Catch it up here. Key detail, lock it up like that. There's a few more key details, but they're secret. You have to pay me for me to show you. Step away, catch, lift it up, step back, swing. Same on the other side. By the way, keep your hand up as well so you don't get punched. Here, swing. Easy. So those are the 3 protection mechanisms to stay safe in a street fight. In any type of fight, there's the only defensive mechanisms. They are evasion, blocking, redirecting. Simple. And if you notice, the key thing I did here, systemized it. So I've said there's 3 principles you use. Of those principles, I've subdivided them. Like evasion is head movement and footwork. There's different patterns for each one. If you watch the head movement video, there's like 4 primary head movements. So it's like I'm creating these umbrellas, and underneath there's like these systems. For blocking, there was like 3 for boxing and 2 for Muay Thai. For redirecting, we had the parrying with the arms. So there's one there, we're parrying with the forearms. Those are 2 types of redirection for the boxing. And then for Muay Thai, we had the under, we had the over. Those are 2 types of misdirection, and we had a catch as well. So there's 2 for boxing, 3 for Muay Thai. So a final bit of parting advice I give you is just try and systemize everything. A good example of someone who does this amazingly is John Danaher, Dwayne Ludwig at Bang Muay Thai, Brian Adams in Gym 1 in Portsmouth. Like, you want to systemize.
So the mic just cut out, but basically my final bit of advice is systemize your training so that you're not trying to desperately recollect, like, oh, I learned this one defensive technique on Thursday after work that time in Muay Thai before I had an argument with my chick about who burned the steak. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want to have a system so you can go, that works, I'll use this, next time I'll do that, okay, that leads on to this. It's like jiu-jitsu, you go your triangle into an armor platter, into your arm bar. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like systemize and go from point A to point B to point C and create a network of techniques. That's, in my opinion, the way you level up fast. You get me? Also, if you enjoyed this video and all the other videos, why are you not in Don Dojo yet? You get what I'm saying? Join my network. It's very, very affordable. It doesn't cost a lot, and you're going to get the most incredible martial art coach you've ever had. It's going to give you self-confidence, amazing physique, all the knowledge you need about nutrition, physique transformation, which I just said. I said it twice because it's that good. It's twice as good as anyone else's. All the different martial arts, grappling, striking, self-protection, everything you could ever think of, every question you've ever got about fighting. Get direct access to me. I'll give you feedback on your training. Get involved. Do you know what I mean? Stop being with your life. Get good at fighting. You get me?